Hey guys, my name is Tasha. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Purposefully Tasha. This YouTube channel is just going to be a video vlog of my life. Why do I think that you guys want to watch a vlog of my life? I feel like I have a lot of insight and things that people want to see that most people don't talk about. For example, I am the adult child of a mentally ill and alcoholic mother where I am her legal guardian, and I'm just going to be talking about my life with dealing with that. Also, I do not know who my father is, and my father does not know he has a child in me, and I will be vlogging my journey to finding my dad. I am about to be 27, I believe, and so can you imagine somebody calling you 27 years later saying, hello, I'm your child? Well, yes, I'm going to be talking about that. I am going to be giving tips on living purposely and really learning how to repurpose your pain, conquering confidence, and rewriting your narrative. You see, I used to be a really depressed, how can I say this? Depressed and sad and comparing. I used to be the ultimate frenemy, where I was your friend, but at the same time, I was secretly competing with you. And I just want to show the stigma wrong that women cannot get along together. I want to really just show the light on the things of mental illness. I really want to give insight into the areas of life that people don't talk about. And as you see, I'm a new mother. So can you imagine being adult of child trauma, and then trying to be a mother? Just think about all the things I may have to think about, the thoughts I may have to battle. So this vlog will just be a series on my life. I am the founder of Perfect for Purpose, and I'll be talking about the events that I'm doing, kind of vlogging events, planning events, the wonderful women that I meet, and I just want to take you all on the road with me. I didn't want to start now. I didn't want to start in my room. I wanted to have everything together before I started my YouTube channel, but I don't, and I didn't want to wait till everything was together, because if you want to wait until you have it all, you're never going to get started. So I decided to get started today. Okay, y'all didn't see that, but I had to get something to eat and come back. So let me start here with my story. I am an overcomer. I am an achiever. I am resilient, and I am strong. I am able to say these things not because I was able to endure so much and keep going, but because I was able to endure so much, learn from it, and then teach other people how to get through it. I was able to lift as I climb, and to me, that's the ultimate strength. Well, let me start here. My mother had told me that I was born when she was a virgin. She was 21 years old, and she went to a party, and her friend was like, "You're still a virgin, girl?" And she said, "Yeah." And so they had said, "Well, look, here's my friend," and pop goes the weasel, and here comes me. So that was my conception. And then here I am. My mother was a 21-year-old mother. I was born in July. So yes, she was a 21-year-old mother, single parent, doing a daggone thing. And then my mother got married around when I was 4 years old. And they had her and my, at the time, stepfather had my brother. And then 3 years after that, my sister. Now, their marriage was bumpy. They argued a lot. And I'm trying to say this as briefly as possible. Otherwise, we'll be on here forever. But if you want me to go in detail, I can. Just leave a comment and let me know. And so my stepfather had left my mom and with myself, my brother, and my sister, who was 2 months old. And so that was kind of the beginning of my mother's depression. Now, to my understanding, my mother was diagnosed with bipolar at 18, but because of religious beliefs, she was not given the proper care that she needed. So, me being a social worker, I know that if, clinical level bipolar is not treated properly, it can really become a problem. And that is basically what happened, especially with these extra stressors of having 3 kids and being on your own. But my mother was amazing. My mother held down jobs. My mother did what she had to do. But if you continue to neglect your mental health, you're going to eventually burn out. I'm getting off topic. Here it is. So, yes, at 6 years old, we had moved to Montgomery County, Maryland, and I was starting at a new elementary school, and that's when I really started picking up the role as mommy / sister. I really helped my mother out a lot, just watching my siblings and everything else. And so in elementary school, I was, always academic honor roll with distinction. I did well in school. I made all the friends. I was the poster child, the goody two shoe. Life went on. My mother began to sink deeper into a depression. By the time I was in 5th grade, my mother had conceived her 4th child, which is my youngest brother. And he stuck around. He is an amazing father to my youngest brother, and my youngest brother is currently in his care now. I am not going to be revealing names or anything like that, only because I have not talked to these individuals and asked them if I can put their business out on YouTube. I'm putting my business out on YouTube. I have talked to my mom. She knows that I'm on this journey to heal other people. That's why I tell my story. So in middle school, around 5th grade to middle school, my mother started getting really, really bad as far as depression. She was drinking a lot. I would go to school and come home. She would be in the same spot with bottles all around her. I mean, it looked as if she had her own liquor store. And she was just really depressed. I saw that and decided to fill in the gap to really help my mom out. Not knowing what depression was at the time, I just know my mom was going through something and things had to get done. So our house was a mess. And I began, cleaning up, taking on that role of cleaning up and just trying to keep the house in order because I wanted to have my friends over, but nobody wants to have them over in a dirty house. Fast forward to 6th grade. My mother had her first psychotic episode. It lasted 3 days. Maybe it could have lasted more, but tragically it ended. Worst 3 days of my life, my mom had her psychotic episode where she was telling us the devil was coming and she had to burn us, where she was telling us that that the devil was coming and she had to burn us and she had to kill us and so forth and so on. It was one time during that psychotic episode where I heard her on the phone and she was talking to someone in our family and telling them, my feet are burning. I feel something wrong. Please come get my kids. I feel like I'm going to hurt them. Please help me. And the person on the other line said, Teresa, have a family, and hung up the phone on my mother. Sorry. I'm trying my hardest not to reveal names. So those 3 days were crazy. I locked my siblings and I in the room because my mother was literally trying to hurt us. She slapped my brother so hard that the sinuses came out his nose. I've never seen that happen. She, it was the middle of the winter. She was running outside in the snow with shorts and a t-shirt on, no shoes, screaming and yelling that demons were in this house and that house in our neighborhood. And so it was one day we were all sitting down, my mother, my brother and I, and my mother was going back outside to run outside, and had my youngest brother on me. He was about to be 1 year old, or he might have been one. I don't remember exactly when in December had it, but he was about 1 year old. And she was trying to go outside, and I was trying to get her back in, yanking her arm to get her back, come back in the house, and she was yanking me to go back out. And eventually she pulled my little brother off of me and flung him like a frisbee, and he hit the pavement, not the pavement, the wood barrier around the playground. And then she went over and started hitting him closed fist. Remember, my mother is in a psychotic episode. This is not who my mother is. My mother was in a psychotic episode, please remember. And it was crazy. Then that's when the neighbors helped, the police came, and all these things. Long story short, my brother and I had to be helicopter flown to Children's National Hospital in DC because they were scared that he had experienced some physical trauma to his body, because like I said, she's hitting him closed fist, and he is not even 1 year old, or maybe about to be 1 year old. So we go to the doctor, and he kind of asks me over and over again, like, are you sure mommy hit him like this or like this? First of all, sir, I'm 11 years old. You don't have to ask me like I'm crazy. She hit him closed fist. I know what closed fist means, sir. And he was like, are you sure? And I was like, yes, because I had bruises on my arm just from my mother pulling me, and scratches. And he said, I'm asking you this because your brother doesn't have any bruises, no lacerations, no broken bones, no anything. So we just want to make sure that you are saying the right thing. Guys, that's when I knew God was real. See, I had grown up in the church. My grandmother took me to church every Sunday. Easter Sunday, I had my Easter outfit on. She made our dresses. But that's when I knew God for myself, because I saw how my mother beat my brother. And for the doctor to tell me that I had bruises, I felt the bruises on me. I was hurt just from her pulling me. My brother was thrown. His head landed on a wood block, and then mother punched him. And you mean to tell me, and I saw his body jolting as my mother was punching him, and you mean to tell me that he has no bruises, no lacerations, no broken bones, no trauma, no nothing? And today my brother is top of his class. He was scouted to go to a certain school. He plays basketball. He's the sweetest 16-year-old little boy you'll ever meet. And guys, that's how I knew God was real for me. That's how I knew who God was in my life. Okay? That's how I knew. Now, that was a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. My siblings and I went back to school on Monday. I was made fun of. I was bullied. Hi, your mother tried to kill you. We live in a cul-de-sac. Everybody in the cul-de-sac goes to the same schools. And so I don't know why they thought that was funny, but it was really traumatizing to me. And it really woke me up. That's when I started to begin to understand what mental illness was. That's when I began to understand what was going on. They said my mother had taken one pill and not the other. My mother was taking pills, and she was in this zombie-ish state. And so she said to us, I'm not taking these pills no more. I don't like them. And she flushed them down the toilet. They say that she had taken one pill and not the other. And that's what caused a psychotic episode. The actual medicine that she was on was recalled. I truly believe that it was spiritual warfare in the midst of it all. But that's what happened. So that's me from, kind of birthish until 6th grade. I don't want to make this video too long, so stay tuned for the next chapter of my life. Please do not watch this video and think anything less of my mother. My mother is amazing. My mother is one of those people that loves like no other. I wouldn't be the woman I am if it wasn't for my mom. So please don't judge my mom from this video. If you have any questions, comments, or if you're an adult child of trauma, let's talk. I'm looking to make a support group for us, especially women. So yeah, continue watching on my channel. This is Purposely Tasha. Stay tuned for my next video or vlog, because I will be doing Mommy and Matthias vlogs and so forth and such. So stay tuned.